I want to tell you all just a little bit of a trick that you can do to modify your wicking grow systems. They're planting trays from LED Habitats. If you purchased them in 2016, when we were really just telling people about how we use them, we really like using wicking systems. It makes for really consistent germination and ease of managing lots of plants that are growing without having erratic watering. And we've been telling people about how you could put a wick into the tray that is the top tray with holes, and that wick can be anything from, you know, cotton material, shoestring, or macrame twine, and then set that top tray on top of something in the bottom tray that becomes the water reservoir. And we were suggesting what we usually do is we typically use these cells from the other things that we grow in cells, which we also use in our trays because they all fit. But that's a little bit more complicated, and so we decided to really simplify things and turn this into a wicking tray set always when we sell it. It was already made so that they nest in such a way that the top tray goes down and still has some space for airflow and water drainage, but you can make it even more of a wicking system, making this bottom tray more of a water reservoir in a very simple way. Just take some glue stick. So if you look at this space here that is on the ends, and you'll find that a glue stick fits right into that space very easily. So if you glue that in on both sides, what you'll end up with is more of a standoff, so that you have that space that we need for water to make this into a water reservoir without having to include any kind of a support. So you really get a nice water reservoir space, and the trays really stand nicely off of each other. And you'll see there's just a little bit of an edge. So that's how these are growing. Here's our power green growing in a tray set that's set up as a wicking reservoir. You can see the soil is this real nice moisture content. It's really just exactly what the plants need, being brought up by the plants from below. And when it's time to refill, you just pour water into that water reservoir below, and the wicks then are what are drawing that water up into the plants. And they just sit in the water. And it's easy to tell when you start to see that your plants are looking like the soil is drying out a little bit. Well, it's time to add a little bit more water into that lower reservoir, which you really only have to do maybe every 3 or 4 days or so. And that makes it easy to manage a lot of different plants in your habitats or wherever it is that you grow. And that's our wicking grow tray set.